How beautiful. How beautiful is that little creature? And you're getting a bit of a chat. Hello. You look very healthy, don't you? So my name's Anne Tully, and we are right in the middle of the river in Henley on Thames. And you very kindly come over to meet my ducks. Why have you got ducks in your kitchen? I have them because Mummy Duck, who comes here every year, or has, this lady in particular has for the last 2 or 3 years, she lays her little eggs basically in the hedgerow here. And sadly, and quite understandably, once these little fellas have hatched, they scurry off to the river, but they're dinky and really, really, really tiny. And even though they move very quickly on the water, sadly, pike and such move even quicker and would, take them very readily. If the pike or any other fish don't get them, then alas, and I have seen it, gulls will come down, and definitely magpies would just come down and pick them easily, really easily pick them. And she can have, 15, 16, 17, 18 little fellas all coming out at the same time. And so even if she tries to save one and turns her back to scare the bird off or whatever, then another bird will come and pick up the ones that are trailing. So we have a tendency to try to grab as many of them as we can and put them in a net, and then from a net into a box with hot water bottles and heating, artificial heating that is very similar to as if Mummy was sitting on top of them with her wings, and we just try to keep them dry and warm and feed them so that when they're big enough they can scoot out. You can see where Mum is because she stays relatively close to where her nest was and where she's being fed. But, already we've sort of changed the dynamics and, be it right or wrong, I don't know. I mean, they're alive. They're alive. To be fair, by me adopting them for a while means that she's getting a chance to rest and recover and to be fed. But for now, the good thing is, there are 14 of them and they're looking a bit chickadee-poo, actually, to be fair. I'm quite pleased with them. So when we first bought this property, I realised that we were very reliant on a boat with an engine, and I thought it would be a really good idea not to be reliant on that with 2 young boys. So I decided to learn to row. I'm now addicted, and so I row 5 or 6 days a week, and it's part of being on the island. You can't be on the island and not be able to row. One of the pleasures is that you're unreachable and that you're very much with nature. You can go out on a freezing cold morning and, most of my other girlfriends would go, my God, you're mad. But I think once you're there and your body's warmed up and your heart rate is going and you have this relationship with the water, and to be fair, actually, if you go back to the duck thing, you do feel that your 2 blades are like wings, and you do slightly feel that you're skimming the water and flying the water. So actually, it hasn't occurred to me before, but you're sort of bird-like and at one with the water, so long as you've got balance and you don't fall in. So you're visiting a tiny little island in Henley that's just opposite the River and Row Museum, and there are probably about 10 houses here. Yeah, it is a great community. People pop in by boat, and we don't have postmen. And so if you get a knock at the door, it's obviously got to be somebody who's got a boat who swam over. We don't have any connecting paths, so you really can't get to anybody else's house, really, unless you climb a hedge with a ladder or something like that. Yeah, and I suppose, we're probably all a bit odd, I suspect. You've got to be a little bit odd, but and when people come and, visit or friends pop over, they sort of feel it's like you're on holiday, but you get used, it becomes a norm if you're here all the time. So yeah, it's lovely. I don't think I could live in a normal road. Don't think so, not now.